Mustangs, Miss Jones here, and I want to continue our reading of Donovan's Word Jar, and we are on Chapter 5, and this is called Donovan's Delay. If you remember in Chapter 4, he really wanted to go ask someone for their advice. Do you remember who that was? That's right, he really thought his grandma would have the right idea. Let's see what this Donovan's Delay is. Donavan opened the door to Nikki's room and peeped in. She was sitting cross-legged in the middle of her bed, surrounded by stuffed animals, toys, books, and games. On her lap sat a large box of tissues. Nikki looked sleepy and squinty. Oh, that's right. You remember his mom said his little sister was sick, so he had to stay upstairs with her while his dad was working on the new sign for the new shop. And his mom, I think, was going to go get some medicine for his little sister. So he would have to wait until his dad was finished to go to his grandma's. My nose won't breathe right, she complained. Her voice came out funny, and Donavan laughed. What's so funny, she asked. Nikki, Donavan said, plopping down on her bed, you've got the snuffles. She laughed and asked, Donnie, is that a real word? Yes, it is. Donavan always had to tell Nikki things. Sometimes he didn't mind, especially when his mother reminded him that he was 2 years older than his sister was, and that Nikki was just starting school. Hey, Nikki, what do you want to do today? Donavan asked. I don't know. Anything, I guess, she said, sniffling loudly. Nikki didn't really seem to care. Maybe we could go downstairs and look at cartoons? Nah, Mom wants you to stay in bed. Besides, I'm supposed to keep you company, not the TV. Maybe we could color in my new coloring book, Nikki suggested. Nope, that's a baby thing to do. And besides, you always take the good pages, Donavan answered, bouncing on the bed. Come on, think of something, Nikki, he said. I can't think if you rush me, Nikki whined. Donnie, you don't want to do anything I say. She looked like she was going to be sad. Okay, I'll do what you want, but it's got to be fun, he said. Donnie, Nikki asked hesitantly, could we look at some of your words? Why? Donavan asked, surprised. 'Cause they might make me feel better. How? He asked, not quite believing her. 'Cause they would cheer me up and make me laugh, and then I would feel better, she explained, looking at him and wrinkling her nose. You really think so? Donavan wasn't convinced. Yep. And Donnie, I want some silly words, some happy words, and maybe some get-well words. And if you have any magic words, I want them too. You can pick a word, Donavan said slowly, trying to think it over. But you can't keep it. You have to put it back in my jar. He waited to see if Nikki would agree. Okay, she said, smiling. Donavan got off the bed and slowly went to the door. Just before he closed the door, Nikki squeezed loudly. Donavan smiled. He had just put the word Gesundheit into his jar. That would be the perfect word for Nikki to pick. When Donavan came back into Nikki's room, he carried the word jar under his arm. He set the jar down on the bed very carefully. He took his time because he wanted Nikki to know that his word jar was important to him. He took the top off and said, Pick a word, Nikki, and then give it to me, and I'll tell you what it means. Nikki closed her eyes and picked a slip of paper from the jar. When Donavan took the paper from her, he read the word and smiled. This was going to be fun. He popped a tissue from Nikki's box and waved it in front of her nose. Abracadabra, he said in a loud voice. Nikki looked at Donavan. He was acting so crazy, she couldn't figure out what he meant. And there he is with his sister. That's pretty cool that she wants to learn new words and that Donavan is being a really good big brother and teaching her new things. Abracadabra, he said again and touched the tip of her nose with the tissue. She still looked puzzled, so Donavan decided to give Nikki a hint. Abracadabra! Cold, go away, he said, only louder this time. Is it magic, she asked. You're right. Abracadabra is a magic word to make things appear or disappear. I just made your cold disappear, Donavan said, laughing. Now pick another word. I feel better already, Nikki said, closing her eyes and reaching into the jar. And that is the end of Chapter 5. Now, Chapter 6 is called Donovan's Departure. Think about what is a departure? That's right. If departure is when you leave. So Donovan's departure. Donovan's going to leave. I wonder where he is going to go. All right, Mustangs. Until next time, take care.